What's up, guys? Edrone here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a custom splash screen for your Taranis Qx7. Stay tuned. First of all, let me start this video out by giving credit where credit's due. Everything that I've learned from my Taranis Qx7 has been from this channel right here. I'm going to put in the upper right-hand corner. This is Project Blue Falcon, JC, a wonderful YouTube creator, rest in peace, who unfortunately passed away during a tragic accident. But make sure you check out his channel, show that channel some love, because I have learned everything that I have learned from my Qx7 through this channel. I haven't done a lot of Qx7 videos just because I really just like to link you to his channel, but I decided to go ahead and do an updated video of my own to show you how to do a custom splash screen from what I have learned from JC. So, what we're going to use to make our custom splash screen is called Microsoft Paint. Now, this was already installed on my PC. It's just a little app here. You can use different apps, but we're going to be using this. So you get a screen that looks like this. Now, what we need to do first of all is change the size. So we got to go to Resize, and we need to select Pixels. And the size that we need is 212 horizontal and 64 vertical, and we have to uncheck this box right here, and that's going to make it the correct size for your Taranis Qx7. Go ahead and click OK. Now you can see the box is real small here, so in order to make this a little bit bigger, we're going to go to the View tab, and we're going to zoom in to make it bigger. About like that. In order to make this easier to see on the Taranis screen, we need to make the background color black. So go over here to this little bucket, check that, click the black paint color, come down here, you'll see the bucket, and click the left button on the mouse. That makes the background black. Now we can go ahead and add our text. Now you can add images as well, although I have not. Whatever image you decide to add, it needs to be very simple, or it's not going to look right, because the screen itself, you can't handle a lot of different pixels, and it doesn't have a very detailed screen interface. So what I'm doing is just going to be adding text. So you're going to want to click on the text here, and we want to make the text white. Now, you have a little box you can make here. Just take up the whole space of what you're looking at, just like so. Now you can see where it's size 20. Now, I want the font to be the fixed system, but you can choose any font you want for this. There's all kinds of different fonts, but I'm going to be doing the fixed system font. Once you pick the font you like, choose a size. 20 seems to work pretty good for what I'm typing in, and what I basically want it to say is, I'm going to do it in all caps as well. Just type it in normal. Happy flying. Now that's about as much as I'm going to be able to fit on the top line. It's actually going to be two different lines. Once you have the text you want to go on the top, go over here to the home screen and uncheck this little text box. Now you see how much bigger that got, and it takes up the whole space of the screen. So think of it as this black box that we're looking at is your Taranis Qx7 LCD screen. So you see we have the happy flying here, and I want to add another box, so we're going to click on the text again. We're going to make another box down here for our text. Now I want it to say happy flying edrone, exclamation point. So if I just type in right now, it's going to be too far left, and I want it to be centered. underneath Happy Flying. So you're going to go ahead and space a couple times, probably like that, should look good. And I'm going to type in edrone with exclamation point. Now, when we go back to home and uncheck this box, it should be roughly centered. I mean, it could probably go a little bit further to the left, but I'm happy with that. So, another thing you want to do, it's going to make your image look better, because see, you can see where it's kind of pixelated a little bit. Depending on what font you use, you know, it may not look as pixelated, but this particular font actually has a pixelated look, which I kind of think looks cool, like retro. What we're going to do is we're going to go to File, down here to Properties, and we're going to choose black and white. So that way, any font that you may have chosen that has any color in it, the color is not going to show up on that LCD screen, and if anything, it's going to make it look a little bit blurry, because the LCD screen is black and white only. So this is going to help it out. So go ahead and choose black and white, click OK. Converting to black and white, yes, go ahead and hit OK. And it didn't change anything for us because we had already chosen the black background with the white letters. But if, like I said, if you did choose a font and you had color in it, you would want to select black and white. It's going to make it look better on your screen. So now that we have this done, we're pretty much ready to go ahead and save this. So what we need to do is we need to go to File, we need to Save As, we need to find our folder that we set up for our Taranis, which for me is OpenTX. And we're going to save this. Yeah, this is very important. You have to save this as a monochrome bitmap file, .bmp. So click on monochrome bitmap, and now you'll see it actually pop up here. And we're going to put AAA being the letters, because the letters AAA are going to put it up top when you're looking for it in your Taranis. And then you can just choose your name, which I'm going to use AAA. And you can see I've already saved one. So we're going to basically be saving another one just like it to show you how to do it. So go ahead and save. Alright, so now that we have it saved, we are now ready to go ahead and to connect our computer to the Taranis with the USB cable. Before we can connect our USB cable to the Taranis Qx7, we're going to have to put this into what's called bootloader mode. So take these two sticks right here, these two buttons, you're going to hold them in at the same time and then push the power button one time. Now you can see we're in the bootloader mode. Now we're ready to go ahead and plug in our cable. So at the bottom of your Taranis, you should have a little flap, and there is your USB port there. So one end of your USB will be plugged into your device, whether it be your laptop, desktop, and this is going to plug right into your Taranis like so. You should hear it boot up on the computer. So you're going to go ahead and open your OpenTX. Once you have your OpenTX, you're going to go ahead and select Read Models and Settings from Radio. It's going to go ahead and download your models and your settings. Is go to your settings wheel. Now, when you go down here to splash screen, you're going to go ahead and select your image. So find where you saved your file, which for me was in OpenTX. Here's the file right here. Go ahead and select the file. You can see there's the name. And go ahead and select Open. You should see whatever you typed in for your splash screen right here in this box. Now, make sure that your structure path is set up correctly for your SD card. Mine is the D drive. Whatever path your micro SD card is set to in your Taranis, you want to set that. And the easiest way to do that, to know what you're looking for, is go to your files, your computer, and if you click on your all these different drives, you have Taranis E, you have USB drive D. Watch what happens when I click on USB drive D. I get all these folders that I know are on my SD card. So firmware, logs, models, screenshots, all this is from my micro SD card that's in the Taranis. So I know that my structure path is going to be USB drive D. Yours may be different, but just make sure you find out which is the correct one for your structure path. Now we have that set up. What we need to do is go ahead and click OK. Now go right here to this little arrow down, click on that, and it's going to say latest download, download firmware. Okay, we're looking for OpenTX 2.2.3. So we're going to go ahead and save. I already have it, we're going to replace it. So now we are downloading the firmware. Do you want to write the firmware to the radio now? Yes. Now, you should see whatever you chose for your splash screen should be right here, and you're going to select Use Profile Start Screen. Here's the version 2.2.3. You're going to go ahead and click Write to TX. Okay. It is writing the firmware. Once it's at 100%, we'll be able to minimize this box here. Flashing is done. Okay, so we can go ahead and close this out. Now, we're going to go ahead and disconnect our cable like so. And when we go down here to exit, we should see it reboot with your new splash screen.
Hi Eric, welcome back.
And there it is.
Angle mode.
Now, if you want to see what version you have on your Taranis Qx7, you're going to push and hold in the menu button. You're going to page over to version, and if you look right here, you can see it says version 2.2.3, which is the newest version of OpenTX for the Taranis Qx7. And that's it. It's really that simple, guys. Adding images and stuff like that can be a little bit more tedious, a little bit more involved. But if you just want to have a custom splash screen to say, you know, your handle or your YouTube channel name, or if you want it to say a special message when you power it up, that's all you have to do. And put it down in the comments if you have any questions about this. I'd be glad to answer it for you. And I thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, edrone out.